Someone's driving. All right, good morning. We're on the record in case number D20617-313C, Simpson versus Maxwell. Appearances, please, beginning with Mr. Milgard.
Good morning, Your Honor. Oliver Melgar, bar number 10146, appearing unbundled for Greg Simpson, who is present through Blue Jeans.
Thank you. Mr. Leventhal.
Good morning, Your Honor. Todd Leventhal on behalf of Ms. Maxwell. She's present on Blue Jeans. I apologize I was late. I'm in court in Lovelock, Nevada.
Oh, wow. That's why you're wearing a coat.
Yes.
Is it cold up there? Is it?
It's nice. It's all right. I was up in Tahoe this weekend. It was snow, but it's nice up there.
Okay.
But then I drove out here for a sentencing hearing, and it's good. It's good to get away. It's nice.
Okay.
I got my boots on. Got my boots on, Judge.
Good. Fantastic, because you need them.
Yeah, you do.
Your client never showed up to ATI for her drug testing.
I heard, and she was under the misunderstanding that she had to pay for it, and she didn't have the money apparently. And so when I spoke to her, she was crying, and I said, "Listen, you needed to go." And I said, "The judge told you." She said she didn't understand that. So I told her I don't know what the court's going to do with that. She's taken one test already that was negative, but it wasn't at the place that the court wanted it.
Yeah, and it didn't include the hair. And now at this point, she's had enough time to try to get her hair cleaned out and everything, and I'm not liking this. This is 6 weeks. So I think I'm going to deem her dirty, and she's going to have to go in the patch program.
Is there a cost to the patch program for her?
There is. I'm not sure what it is. And I recognize the fact that she's not working, but there's plenty of jobs out there. The economy is opening back up, and there's really no excuse for her not to be working.
I don't know if it's that easy, but yeah, if the court needs to put her on a patch program for a little bit amount of time, that's fine. It's just she doesn't have the money. She couldn't pay for the drug test. She's not going to be able to pay for the patch. So if they're going to require it up front, I mean, she's not working, but my suggestion is, if you need her on the patch program, fine. Her mom told her that she could borrow the money from her mother, but if the court wants her to go on the patch, guys, she's going to come up negative. She already has. That's fine. But if the court needs her to go test again today, I know that she was on the phone with her mother, and her mother said, "I'll loan you the money." But that's what she thought.
Well, her mother could have loaned her the money last week, and then I wouldn't be having these doubts. I'm having serious doubts about your client, Mr. Leventhal. It was very clear she had to go that day, and, you keep taking the blame for your client. And I love it because I used to do the same thing, but you can't do that on this one. I made it very clear she had to go that day. And that if she couldn't afford it, she needed to leave a sample. We discussed that.
I understood. And so I'm at the court's mercy on this one. Whatever the court wants to do, I totally understand.
Well, temporarily, I'm going to put her on, I'm going to give Dad sole legal, sole physical custody, and we're going to do the patch program. We're going to start out for 6 weeks. I'm not going to do the 12 weeks like we normally do. I'm only going to go 6 weeks because her urine was negative for drugs, but there are some drugs where if you miss, 4 or 5 days, then it's going to clean up. So, we're going to do the patch program for 6 weeks. The 6 weeks will start at the time that she's able to afford to pay for it weekly.
Okay. You understand, Ms. Maxwell? Can you hear me?
Kristen, do you understand? I'm not sure why Kristen's not responding.
I'm not either. And so I kind of need her to respond because I see her there.
Yeah, she's on there, but, she's not there by video. Kristen, are you able to appear by video?
Maybe the court can unmute her.
No, we don't have her. We don't have her muted. She's got herself muted.
I know the court has the power to unmute.
Well, we can only unmute if we've muted them, which I've had to do a couple of times. You know, I've had a couple of unruly attorneys.
My only concern, Judge, is that if she's not responding, I don't know if she's listening. And if she's not listening, then I can't enforce, or I can't have her do what the court is just telling her to do.
Okay.
So I see her there, but do you want me to try to call her?
Yeah. Try and give her a
Thank you.
call, because we need to make sure she understands what the orders are. Mr. Simpson, do you have your? Okay. Do you have the baby today? You're muted.
No, Your Honor. I returned her yesterday at noon for Easter.
Okay. All right. Well, I want you to go pick her up as soon as you can. She's in your
Okay,
care.
how does the
Mom's
child-
going. She's got. Do you trust her mother enough to supervise any visitation?
That's fine.
Do you trust her mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That way we won't have any costs. So do you? Her mother would have to be with her 24/7. So do you want us to go ahead and just keep the schedule as it is right now? But the child's staying with grandma, or do we do what? You know Mom better than I do. What do you want me to do?
I just wanted to get her stuff to get cleaned up and whatever's going on, just get that all squared away.
Okay,
No, Greg, she wants to know a schedule right now. Temporarily, she needs a schedule.
Yeah, temporarily I need a schedule.
What days are you going to allow her visitation? What days are you going to allow her visitation supervised?
The weekends are fine.
The weekends are fine. Well, is she
Okay,
signing?
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just talked to her on the phone. She's going to get out, get back in, and I have not been privy to anything that you guys have been talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just trying to figure out a schedule and how we're going to allow the visitation and stuff like that. That's what we're trying to figure out here right now.
Okay. Well, I was just talking to her on the phone, so I got out of it, and then she's trying to get back on. She got kicked out, apparently. She couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. So, Dad, so you're working on weekends?
No, I mean, I have everything set up for her. If she went for whatever days that she's with me, I am off on the weekends.
All right, because she's going to be back in person school. What, tomorrow?
Correct.
So I want to make sure you have quality time as well.
Okay.
So, Greg, that doesn't give you any weekend time. So, would it be better for her, maybe to have every other weekend?
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Or since she's not working, she could take a couple days on the week.
Yeah,
in the week, that's fine.
Well, we need to find out what days her mother's going to be available. Mr. Leventhal, we're going to allow Kristen's mom to be the supervisor.
Okay, that's good.
That way she can have overnights and everything, but her mother will need to understand that, if she needs to run to the store, child goes with her, not stay with Mom.
Understood, Judge. That's for 6 weeks, and I understand.
Yeah.
And I know her mom, and her mom is straight up, very nice.
All right.
Woman. But, Your Honor, if the court is going to, the court I don't have a problem with it. Is it just weekends? I mean, if you want to switch it, it was Mom had all week, and then Dad had the weekends. Mom had 1 weekend a month. That would be an even switch. Just switch Mom to Dad and Dad to Mom. Dad now has during the week, so he's responsible for getting kids to school, and then Mom will have the 3 weekends. Third weekend being Dad.
What do you think of that, Dad?
I would rather her be with her mom during the week, since I'm off on the weekends and I get to spend time with my daughter. She's going to be in school throughout the week, Your Honor.
Yeah, but this is going to be the only time that Mom does have with the child.
Okay, that's fine.
No, Your Honor. What he was telling me before this is that they were coming to some type of agreement where it was like the dad would have like Wednesday through Friday, and Mom would have Monday through Wednesday, and then they would rotate every other weekend. That was the type of agreement they were looking for. And if the mom's going to supervise, then I don't see why they couldn't start doing that now. Where
Okay.
Dad would have Wednesday through Friday, Mom would have Monday through Wednesday, and then they would rotate.
Okay, when you say rotate, what do you mean by rotate?
So one weekend, Dad would have the child. The other weekend, Mom would have the child. Then the next week, Dad. Then the next week, Mom.
So it's kind of like a, it's kind of like a on a. Oh boy, that's going to be very confusing because I'm sitting here trying.
It's just Mom has Monday through Wednesday. Dad has Wednesday through Friday every week, and then every weekend they rotate.
Okay, then it's kind of like a Limkite schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't. Mr. Levin, has Kristen signed back in yet?
No, Judge.
Okay, she is not signed back in yet.
Not-
She has now. Okay,
But I
she
can
has now. Hold
explain
on.
to her, I will.
Hold
Okay.
on. We're getting her in.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't know what happened, Mr. Leventhal. You muted yourself, or did we mute him accidentally?
No, I'm here.
Okay, all right, you're
I'm
there.
here.
Miss Maxwell, you there? Miss Maxwell? Mr. Leventhal, we still cannot hear your client.
Kristen, are you there? We see you're on. Unmute. Okay, I see she's there, so she can hear you. She just can't
Okay, all right.
maybe speak.
All right. The mom is going to need to undergo the patch program for 6 weeks. Until she can start through complete, Dad's going to have sole legal, sole physical custody, but maternal grandmother is allowed to babysit. We're going to go ahead. Dad was talking about how y'all were discussing the that schedule where you alternate the weekends, and one of you have Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, then Wednesday into Friday. I'm going to allow y'all to do that.
And it's at 6 p.m. Your Honor.
And the exchange will be at 6 p.m. Mr. Leventhal, I'm going to need you to check and make sure that Grandma is able to do that. And if not, we'll have to figure out something else, okay?
I will
can't-
speak to her today.
You'll speak to, okay, fantastic, because we want to make sure that it's good. Okay, and then we'll come back in 6 weeks. If Mom has not been put the patch on for any length, for most of it at least, please do a stipulation to continue it out for however long we need for her to have that 6 weeks completed.
Does the court require her to go somewhere specific to get the patch program?
We wanted at options because they know the reporting requirements.
Got it. I will make sure she goes to options.
Return date's May 18th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our return date will be May 18th at 10 a.m.
Yes.
At 10 a.m. I said babysit, but it's not babysit, it's supervise. Sorry about that. You know, when I'm thinking of a young child, I automatically think of babysitters, so I apologize for that. Your client does not need a babysitter, Mr. Leventhal.
We'll prepare the order, Your Honor.
All right, I appreciate it. I had something that popped into my head, and it went right back out. So we will hopefully get everything going or finalized here in 6 weeks.
Judge, it's very difficult to deal with someone who's got an unbundled attorney because I don't know who to deal with. Now, I know that my client came to me and said that they were talking.
Yeah.
But because Mr. Melgo is unbundled, I don't necessarily, and then he files a motion to withdraw every time.
Yeah.
So who am I going to
Yes,
be
you
dealing
can talk
with if they
directly
come
to
to?
you can talk directly to him until I typically just get paid to go to the hearing, so you could talk directly to him.
Well, Mr.
Okay, that's
Melgar,
good to know. So I would need.
don't you get out this time until you give me an order.
Okay. Well, if you read my notice of withdrawal, in the language it says I will still prepare the order. I'm
Well, I don't want you to withdraw until that order is done.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
And I need Mr. Simpson. I need his phone number to discuss with him whatever negotiations they want to do.
Okay, his phone number is 702.
Go ahead.
762
262.
762 6738.
All right, and I can speak to him directly. He won't be represented by Mr. Melgar.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Melgar.
All right. Hopefully we can come to an agreement and get this thing and everyone's satisfied here. With the 6 weeks. Because
Hopefully, Judge. Have a great day.
all right, y'all have a good day.
All right.
Take
bye.
care now.
Thank you.